Talk about Clemson and Texas A&M.
There
What
you
do
go.
want to talk about?
Or Texas. What's Cam doing to get back in shape, or has he been in shape?
He's got to get in shape. You can see he's put on a couple. He's got to get in shape. He knows that. I mean, he's only been back here a couple weeks with structure, so it's going to take it's going to take a couple weeks, and so hopefully we can get him get about 10, 12 good pounds off of him and get him back in good shape. The best thing he can really do, one of his biggest strengths, he can really rim run both ways. From defense to offense and offense back to defense. There's a lot of times last year you saw him clean up a lot of plays late with great blocks in transition, and so. But the biggest thing outside of just getting him in shape is just keeping him, structured to where he's got to check in twice a week, and call to the people that helped him throughout this summer, and then he'll check in with me once a week, and we'll meet and talk. And so, but he's doing good. He's doing good right now. But like I said, it's an every day. You got to win the day, and then you got to win the next day.
I know you said that he needs to lose some weight, but how much? I think you said in the summer he gained a lot of good weight too, strength-wise.
Yeah, he's stronger. We just got to get him back in shape. That's the biggest thing. I mean, he hadn't done anything all. His summer outside. He lifted weights and different things, and but it wasn't about that for him. It was about getting his habits, back in line where they need to be for him to be healthy, and so we'll get him in shape. Between Pete and me and. The rest of us, we'll get him where he needs to be.
If he feels himself, let's say he has a great game, 2020, whatever, and a lot of his people are, let's go have a party.
Yep.
Is he got somebody to call? I mean, he calling you? He calling
I think
Nick,
so.
or is he calling
I think
Mariel?
So. I think Nick. Nick did a great job. I thought stepped up and was like, "Hey, man, coach, let me room with him." And so I thought that was big, and because Nick, I think, his character is strong, and he's a good decision maker, and so, but he's got Coach Small probably calls him 5 times a day, I'm sure, and checks in with them, and he knows he can reach out to me. He's got a lot of people he knows he can reach out to, within the team and outside the team, within the coaching staff and outside the coaching staff, but it's our job, to continue to, nurture him from a standpoint to where when he's faced with adversity, when he's faced with tough moments, that he can fight through those. That's what hopefully the biggest lesson he learned is how to deal with those things. And so far so good. But like I said, it's every day, and it's not just what everybody's probably thinking, but it's got to do with the habits out there. It's got to do with habits in the classroom. It's got to do with habits off the floor. That's what's going to make him successful when he leaves here. It's not just one thing. You got to be successful and dominant in every area.
Is this a new book for you, or have you done this? Have you had players in the past?
Not do something like this to this extent. Obviously the investment in players has always been there,
right.
but not to this extent. And so, Chris was down here, and we had Chris Herron come and speak to our guys the other night, and I thought he was fantastic, and so that was great for our team to continue to hear that. And I think the biggest thing he said was, everything's on loan, and that's for me as the head coach, that's for them as players, that you have to be great every day, at your job, the way you represent this university, if you still want the benefits that it provides.
And you said a long time ago that he is eligible to play first game of the year if in fact he's in shape and he's made the team and everything?
I'll say this. I'll discipline him. What I discipline, and I don't know if you asked him this question, but how I discipline him and what I discipline him with will be based on what he does really here going forward and how he handles himself since he's been back. But, there's some things that, I'm not, that you've seen in the paper, different things that I'll visit with him more, and we'll make decisions on what I do with that, nearer to the beginning of the year.
So you don't know whether he's actually going to play the first game or whatever. Okay.
Not today.
Okay,
When did you guys officially start practice?
We start September 24th, official. Now we're going a team workout today. We went split groups yesterday. This group, we've got about 3 hours we can go on the floor this week. Yesterday we went split groups, about an hour and 20, hour and 30, and today we'll go for about another hour and 30. and then we'll probably start doing a little bit more team stuff than more the split stuff, because these guys get in the gym a lot on their own and shoot.
Everybody healthy finally?
Yeah, everybody's good. You know, we had 13 guys yesterday. Zion's good. I got a couple guys like just got to get in shape a little bit. You know, and Nick was out all summer. You know, Cameron was out. Those guys just got to continue to get into good shape. But I think everybody's on a good path that way.
Outside of Nick, who do you look to be a leader of this team this year, maybe out of the transfer group?
Mario and Mike have been terrific since the day they got here. You know, on the floor, off the floor, in the classroom, they've been awesome. So, you know, those two guys, I think Lindell's matured. You know, I'm excited for him. He's going to NCAA symposium tomorrow in Indianapolis, which I think is a great benefit for him. And it's great honor for him to be selected, you know, to go do that. I think he's going to provide leadership. And I think our freshmen, I don't know if it's, I think their work ethic's been good. And so, you know, with that being said, I think we've got a lot of guys. But that's a good thing.
That Big 12 schedule came out yesterday. Looking ahead, you know, what about it stood out maybe to you the most with it?
You know, you can analyze it all you want, but we play everybody twice, home and home, and you got 18 of them, and they're all good. And there's only 10 teams in our league. Everybody's good. They're all well coached. I think 8 or 9 of the coaches in our league have been to the Elite 8. 9 of the coaches have been to Sweet 16. So there's not many leagues that can say that. So, you know, you're going to face good players. You're going to face good coaches. Our quote today is win the day. So, and then our first game is Alabama State. And so the Big 12 will be there when it gets there. But you can analyze it, at Oklahoma State, then home Kansas. You can do all that, but you're going to get them all.
You like the bye week though?
Yeah, I do. I think the bye week's good. A for recruiting and B for rest. I think it's really good. Yeah, I do like that. I was a big proponent for that.
Score prediction for Saturday's football game. I know who you're picking to win it, obviously, but score prediction.
I texted somebody last night, 27-17, Iowa State. So good luck to Coach Campbell and those guys. I'll be pulling for you. See you guys.
Thanks.